Saturday, it's the 14th. Tune into Living every Saturday. Today's a Jilted Lover. Friday the 13th last night. Hope you guys did well. How are you this morning? As we said, it's April the 14th, and we tune into Living every Saturday morning, 9 to 9:30, and talk about living with all the issues we go through, whether it's illness, whether it's dealing with your lover, whether it's dealing with the dogs, and it doesn't matter. We're just living, and we talk about everything here because this journey, you have to be equipped to battle all of the challenges that we have to endure. A couple of weeks ago, I spoke about sudden death, and we talked about how traumatic it is to experience the death of a loved one. And by the way, I want to send condolences to Darius and his family, the Skid family. Someone mentioned that earlier, the death of their loved one. The funeral's today in St. Peter's Parish Church, and Darius, God be with you and give you strength and your family to endure these hard times. My love and all of my strength goes out with you. Yes, but we talked about sudden death and losing a loved one a couple of weeks ago. We had a couple of weeks of that program, and then we went off to the Jilted Lover. And it's just, the Jilted Love is a little different. You get up one morning and your partner's gone, or you're supposed to have a dinner, and you're talking to your lover. You didn't see this thing coming, or as a matter of fact, you were so much in love that you couldn't see the signs. And then he or she says, listen, it's over, I can't see you anymore. Or sometimes it's just a phone call. They don't call you back. Oh, I'll call you back. A week, don't call you back, and then you know they're gone. Or you're married and you went to work and come back home and the house is empty. Jilted Lover. Last week we talked about it, and this week we're going to have you call. Tell us what you think about 434-1771, 434-1790, 434-1791. You call us and let us know your experience and how painful this thing is, and maybe I could give you some tips, the current research and stuff done on these things. Tips to help you move on, because life does not stop with him or her. Life continues. And stress in itself, it's a risk factor for all type of diseases. So we'll talk about how you can challenge some of those negative energies into something positive. But switch. You guys, I hope you guys read the 1.58 seconds. It was a beautiful thriller today. That was my first book I wrote last year. And then Switch is coming out. Switch is something that I touch that book every day. It just came out. I got the first copy, and we're going to launch it at Lime Grove probably in about the first week. I'll give you the date in May. And also it's going to be launched at Cape Shepherd, and it's right now live on the net and everywhere. So Switch is a good thriller, 324 pages of action, and really interesting stuff. You will enjoy that, but that's we'll talk about that as the week goes forward actually. So I'll have you calling. Don't forget 434-1790 or 434-1791, 434-1771. But before I come in with my first little food of love, let's think about some of the things you need to do. If your lover if you come home one day and your lover's gone, there's certain things you need to do to help you through the pain. You got to sit down and take some time for yourself. And a lot of people go and sit down and look at the sea late in the evening, and you ask yourself why. Go through the whole thing in a nice, constructive way. And whatever decision you'll make, you have to be firm and don't rethink it. Sometimes you have a tendency of going back and forth and confusion. So you need some time. Keep your space. Resist the phone calls, the eagerness to go to emails and the texting and the BBs and stuff. You got to stay back. Give it some time. You have to find ways of coping with the pain appropriately. We all make mistakes. In every relationship, no matter what it is, it comes to an end. It's not one person's fault. It's Both people would have made mistakes. Some maybe more than some. So you go through all these things in a nice, constructive way. And you see the hate, that love and hate stuff. You know, you can love very strong and hate very strongly too. So you want to make sure that you don't use that hate energy. Change that emotion into something else. Get around your friends, talk to your friends and family. This is the time to really bond with your family, actually. When you've lost your lover, you're feeling that pain inside. You don't have no heart problems, but you feel that pain deep down in there, and you need friends to go out and stay away from friends who would try to get you to go dating right away, because you just get yourself hurt and have a quagmire there for yourself. So you talk to your friends and family and so forth. And now, reminders, things that remind you of your lovers. You want to get rid of those things. Anything that you see, you look at it and you bring back memories. You want to take those things and put them in a box somewhere. Out with the old and into with the new. Clean up the house. Change things around. The furniture. Yeah, the plaques in the wall. Just change. Listen, you won't know, but I'm telling you. That will make a difference. Because remember, as I said before, you're right here in this small little rock. And you can't just jump on the Greyhound, and take off and go to another city. There you are. So you might meet this individual just walking down the street in Cape Shepherd or whatever. So, yes, you take all the old, change up the house around a little bit, you know. All the triggers, all the things that would trigger you to want to call or want to go back. But stay alive, man. Do things. Exercise. You know, this endorphins released from exercise is a hormonal substance that normally numbs the body and relaxes you. So exercise is great for everything, but more so now, going to the gym, look in the mirror, look at yourself, enjoy yourself, see what you want to be, or you want to change up. How about going to the barber or go to your hairdresser and get a nice haircut, a different hairdo. Change things up. And don't forget, get rid of the negative emotions. So, this is your time to call, 434-1771. Take a risk and you fall in love. You should congratulate yourself. You're having some technical difficulties here. So, you fall in love, it didn't work out. Congratulate yourself and take a risk. You fall in love. That's a risk in itself. Some people, I've known people 40 or 50 years old, and they have not even, they've never really kept away from love. You got hurt. You were like 15 years old, and you got hurt, and you never want to fall in love again. No, love is great. Love is from God. Love is God loves us. We love each other. We love everything around us. It's beautiful. You ever got up one morning and just look at the birds? You see two doves in the tree and just sit down. They're by themselves, and you can't understand what they're saying, but they're touching each other with a beak and so forth. And you see, you wonder what's going on, but they got some nice positive energy going on there. So love is in the air. It's everywhere. So encourage your heart that even though love didn't work out this time, there'll be a next time. And then guess what? You would have learned from the first one, okay? So as I said to you earlier, don't forget it's a journey. And the journey is about learning. If you do, you protect the child from all the things that happens out there, and then you release her or him in the world. They get chewed up because the world is cold. So bit by bit you teach them, and we learn by even more little experience so that we could go on and do better the next time. Now, you know, all these, the 11 plus exams, guys, I did a talk at the Sherborne Tuesday night and Wednesday night, sponsored by Coach. We got a caller, but I'll come right on. Yeah, so Coach, please hold on there, caller. We'll be right there. Yeah, so Coach sponsor. Listen, I did 17 years of this stuff, guys. We did 4 years. I'm not talking about even high school. I'm talking about, you know, things like 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school. Then we did 2 years of general surgery. And then 3 years of internal medicine, and then 3 years of cardiology, and then 1 year of interventional cardiology. That's 17 years of studies and exams. So, I can teach you this stuff. I want to prepare you guys, 11 plus children, for this exam. They go through a lot of stress. They go through a lot of anxiety. Sometimes they go to take the exam and they block out, and this could be a pivotal moment in their life, whether they go to Harrison or they go to another school. So we need to help them as parents and so forth. So I gave 2 lectures in Sherborne on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we have one more coming up. So you call Margaret Grant 436-3505, 436-3505. The next one, I think, is April the 30th at the St. Michael's School. We're preparing these children. I want to tell you about foods that you should give them to eat to help their brains, and also how they should be able to structure themselves to take this exam to do very well. Come on, guys. Don't forget 436-3505. Margaret Grant. This is sponsored by the Barbados Workers Credit Corporate Union, actually, or the Workers Co-op Credit Union. They sponsor this stuff. It can be at St. Michael's School, I think the 30th of April. I'm not sure about the exact date, but that's when it is. Call Miss Grant. And you guys come in, parents, come in and listen how I can get you, talk to you. It's a workshop, but it's not only me, other things will be happening there. I'll tell you about how you can get these children ready for their exams and do well in school. So we got a caller there right now. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dr. Sparman. How are you doing?
Not bad. How are you? What you got to share with us today?
I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I was walking, right? And here I let my get a pain right behind the bending of my knee, behind the up above the calf. You hear me?
Yeah.
A pain bending of my knee.
Yeah.
And it pains me a lot.
Right.
So I just got to stop walking and relax a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And when I start, I can even get when on my heel. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a spur, but I better walk and put on these feet. It hurts a lot. So when I got up, I just can't put my feet on the ground. I got to relax first, go back up to the bed, stretch, and then I would get it when I come up. I got to walk gradually.
All right, good. Yeah, you probably got some type of popliteal cyst. Sometimes there's a cyst at the bottom of your just in your knee, just below your knee, and that little area, call it popliteal area. So sometimes it pains a lot when the muscle presses on it. An ultrasound in that area would do the job for you. So don't forget, get in touch with your GP. He can help you. Thank you much for calling. But today I want lovers to call. Let's get someone here. You're a jilted lover. I know it's hard to talk about it. Talking, though, gets you through this stuff. You have to talk about it. Now, we're talking about some of the things. You remind yourself of the negative things. Get a list and write down all the negative things about this individual. The less attractive things, the hair, their teeth. Sometimes they never brush their teeth. All of those things, you write it down. Never give you a birthday card and all those type of things. Never send you flowers and all of those things. You write down all the negative things. You write them down. Think them out. Keep that page there. You know what happens? It'll help you through the process because you look at that list all the time. And
you want to solve problems?
What?
Let me start you. Cupid, I'm going to be 38 in 9 days, and I have a 71-year-old man. This man has hurt me so much times, and I've given him chance after chance because I love him. You see, he saved my life, and he's a father to my 2 children. And up to the day, he's still hurting me and cheating on me. But I would say to that lady to fight for her husband. That was a previous program. What do you just say to a young lady at 38 involved with a 71-year-old, 2 children from them, and he's still creating havoc in the market?
Yeah, she needs to decide. You don't know whatever would have caused a relationship, would have sport on a relationship for this length of time. But it has to be something. We don't know. We have to know what the nidus of the relationship is. Why are these 2 people together? And if she looks, just like I said, get a list, the negatives and the positives. You look at them and you figure out which one outweighs the other. Don't go on and live and accept something in your life. You live, before you know it, 20 years. You lose 20 years of your life, and then you got to start all over again. If the things that you can't deal with, then you have to make it a call and says, well, listen, this is what you do. If you don't change, I will move forward. And that's how it is. We got a caller there, but don't forget, we're only taking calls, lovers and jilted lovers today. What we got today? Morning.
Morning, can I speak to Cupid, please?
You want to speak to Cupid?
Yeah.
Well, you can catch him around after 9:30.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem, man. Not a problem at all. So, we're going. So, spoil yourself. You got another caller?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Sparman.
Morning.
I didn't finish telling you, but the phone just cut out.
Yeah, please. Not a problem. Yeah, well, all right. So I give the advice, but we're talking about Jilted Lovers today, and I just want to deal with that. I don't mean to be rude in any way. I just got about 10 more minutes of this program. So you got a problem with your lover, so forth. You want some advice. We're here to talk about that. But don't forget, you want to move on with your life. You spoil yourself, as I said. Just do things. Go and have a shopping day and things like that. You know, buy yourself a nice bag. These are things going to help you. But avoid rebound relationships. You can go on dates and, you know, you'll be surprised to see that your heart can still flutter over someone else. Yeah, you know, sometimes you think that he or she is it. There's nobody else that will make you feel as happy and you can live with but this fella. But your heart can still be fluttered by someone else. So it's a part of all the healing process. So anyway, we'll go back on and I'll come back to you. But don't forget, remember, as I said before, well, this is a nice piece of quote I want to give to you. No relationship is ever a failure if you manage to learn something about yourself. Just because it didn't work out doesn't mean it wasn't a necessary part of your journey to becoming who you are meant to be. Good morning. Yes, good morning. How can I be of service to you?
Okay, can you tell me, like, how heavy is the impact of rebound? Let's say, like, I was into a love affair, let's say, about 25 years.
Right.
And, you know, like, I saw it happen to a couple of friends of mine. And for some reason, you're hurting and you want to, I guess they want to hurt the guy that they just broke off and they're going into this rebound, this love affair.
Right.
I saw about 3 persons that it did not work out for. How heavy is that impact? And how it impacts on a person's life?
Yeah, all right. That's a extremely great question. I wish you'd even call earlier. I would like to expound on that. But you know, that rebound stuff, no, it never worked out. You talk about 3, I have not seen one where you just came out of a relationship and jump into another one. First of all, the person you just met there is just somebody trying to help you through your pain. So when you look at it, you really don't like that person. You really don't care for them. You really don't like what they represent. So that will last for maybe a couple of nights or a couple of weeks. And then the next one, it goes from one. So you know what happened? No. You hurt yourself more. You dig a deeper hole for yourself. As I said before, you go into friends. You want good people around you. If somebody's telling, listen, man, let's go to the club and just hang out with you or find somebody. No. Those are not the people you want to hang around or take advice from. You got a bad relationship that ended 25 years. What you do, find family. The family that you put aside because of this guy or this girl or whatever. Go, sit down, men, sit down, eat, picnics, all those nice things. But yes, it's really hurtful. And if the rebound is something you want to stay away from because it will hurt you and hurt you even further. No, as a matter of fact, your lover, whoever the jilted person is, or whoever the lover that jilted you, I mean, he would be laughing at you. Of course. I mean, you're here with this person. Is that what you really want? No. You have a lot of self-worth.
Okay, all right, Dr. Sparman. All right, how long do you sit and wait? What do you do during that time?
No, I know it's long, but you got to find other things to do. Go play tennis. Find a sport you like to do.
It's still there in front of you.
I know. It's hard. You know, it's hard. Sometimes you need a vacation. And no, we're not saying you shouldn't date, but don't rush into it. Sit down, decide what you want. Believe in you. Look at you and look at all the positive things in you, as I said, and write down all the negative things that would let you realize that relationship would never have worked out anyway.
You say you are talking about writing down these negative, but it angers her.
Yeah, I know.
See those things, I, as a woman, would get rid of. It angers.
I know.
I don't know how we can deal with this thing, but sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
Yes, you may go into another relationship, but how long do you wait? What do you do during that time before you meet somebody that you really love?
Yeah, well, you got the church is there. You can go to church a lot, you know, as I said, and then also if you find it's that painful, there is a psychologist. You don't have to be a crazy person to go to a psychologist. You can go into a nice psychologist and talk to people. You got to talk to somebody. You sit down and talk to him, and they have some insights. They can direct you and help you. But I said, you see those triggers? Get triggers away. Get a lot of stuff to remind you of the person, and move on. It's hard.
Get them or get rid of them.
Oh, what?
get rid of the things that remind you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just scan everything outside.
No, you take them. I would put them in a box somewhere and just lock them away. They may be expensive. Well, thank you for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, okay. Yes, so guys, I want to tell you, I'm not going to take another call because we almost come to the end. We'll come here with our last music song there for music for the day. I want to thank you guys for listening. Don't forget, Switch is coming out soon. Wonderful thriller, fiction. The second book that I wrote, so we'll have the launch sometime the beginning of May at Lime Grove. So tune in, and then Cave Shepherd, the books will be, is right now on the net, but it will be in all stores soon. Alright, so it's too late to apologize. That's coming up right now by Timberland. So I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, 9 o'clock.